So you mean to tell me that the Speaker of the House has put the House in recess since September? Since September, they haven't been doing their job. It's now the last day of October, folks. And how is that, number one, the Democrats' fault? That somehow Speaker Johnson, every time I see a photo of him or a video of him, I think of the least trustworthy, honest human being I've ever met who champions himself as a Christian, which is crazy how literally the guy cannot speak in a truthful way. But I digress. Let's explain to me how it is beneficial or a good thing to literally not even be talking about our problems in Congress. I understand we have a Senate, but you mean to tell me that the Speaker of the House has literally thought it's a better idea for them to be shut down for how long? I need you all to Google it and tell me exactly, right? Because I think we all need to understand how to see people and their incentives and their emotions, right? Because this is really pissing me off. But I have friends, Jean and her brother Bill. I have people on the other side of the aisle that know, like, and trust and love me that will set me straight. So you guys, in all of my books that I've read about negotiation, talking less is not one that they recommend doing. And literally not listening or not even giving the other side the ability to go to work. Yet you're saying it's somebody else's problem other than the one human being who has control over this. Now, this situation, I think it's one human being who has control over another human being who has control over all of this. But we're all just running some party lines or something, but you got to understand, we're not idiots, Mr. Johnson. And all of my Republican friends, explain to me how it is good that we have not been working on any of these problems. Now our government's been shut down for a whole month, and they got paid the whole time to not be here. And it's literally because of the shutdown? Well, you know what? You know where I'm at right now, folks? It is October. It is 72 degrees. It's beautiful. I'm in Tucson, Arizona. And you know what also happened in Tucson, Arizona? One of our congressmen died. And so we had a special election. His daughter actually won with a 70-plus margin. So I would say she's popular in our area here, right? Seems pretty smart, cool, calm, collected woman, I believe. But they won't even seat her. She literally hasn't been seated to represent me. Because not the Senate, but the House of Representatives, all tying this back together, folks, is not in session. They won't swear her in. Now, there's a lot of cumulative speculation that she's the one vote that tips it over for the Epstein files. I am so tired of hearing about the Epstein files. Okay, personally, we're all on whatever side we're on. So you can bring up the worst dirt on Donald Trump and nobody's going to change their mind. So what are we talking about Epstein files when the government's shut down? And all you Republican friends of mine, explain to me how right it is that they are not seating my freaking congressperson. What's the use of having elections when one person's literally gonna stop the progress in our House of Representatives? Prior to the shutdown, this happened, from my understanding. It's like, oh, we'll raise our hands. We're not gonna come to an agreement, so we might as well shut it down. Getting paid anyway. Anyway, This is getting pretty nuts to me when they start talking about this, that. I am so tired of folks blaming whatever reason, whatever other side, instead of actually acknowledging, okay, part A, we are in a government shutdown because folks' healthcare is getting taken away, it seems to me. It's not about anything other than that. We're trying to make it into something other than that, it seems. It seems like, well, we can just pay the troops, blah, blah, blah. What evidence do you have that they're going to stop taking away healthcare for folks, stop taking away SNAP benefits for folks? What evidence do you have that they're going to stop if we say yes to a continuing resolution? If we literally give into the negotiation, what leverage do we have? Right? So that's the purpose of a freaking shutdown, saying, no, we're going to stop. The line in the sand is the 40 million Americans you're going to take their health care, and these are working Americans. Go Google this, folks. And I'll tell you this, overwhelmingly majority GOP states use this. This is overwhelmingly conservative, GOP, and Republican popular. So they're literally wanting to take something away from their constituents that they want, and they have said they want, and yet we're trying to say it's about this, that, or the other, and anything other than healthcare is straight up bullshit. Okay? And the reason that I want anybody to tell me why they can't seat my congressman. They're so scared about the Epstein files. Nobody cares about the Epstein files. That's actually going to be voting for Trump or the other side. We're so divided, right? Anyway, answer that question for me. As you can see, you might be out there in Michigan, Wisconsin, Colorado, wherever you are, living in a great world. My dad, last I talked to him, he's in Spain living his best life. I love you. Great. Okay. But we do have to actually kind of like, I'm in the working age still, and I need to, I think, help my community still. So therefore, I actually have, I think, to know something about what's going on around me. And it's all about incentives. It's all about why people say, do, make the decisions they do, and it's pretty clear. They're saying one thing, but they're incentivized by other things. So tell me why it is that we have to be shut down and they can't seat my congressman. Love you all. Have an excellent Halloween and a great weekend.